What's up? Welcome to Message Received, a segment of Big Red Laser where we answer your questions that you post in the comments of any of the videos on Zoomin Games. Mostly Message Received. I'm Tamtu.
I'm Tim.
And, well, this is Kate the Bottle.
There we go. That's a little Big Red Laser insight.
Yes, Kate the Bottle. Katarina couldn't be here. Danica is super busy, so she couldn't join us either. So it's just me and Tim this week with...
Time for some in-depth video game talk.
Exactly.
There we go. First question.
Yes, the first one is from Sofian Kluft. I think he's in the chat too.
Well, hello, Sofian.
Either way, so last week my question didn't make it, but I'll try again this week. That's right. If your question doesn't get in,
if at first you don't succeed,
dust yourself off and try again.
There we go.
I recently rewatched some of your older videos for some nostalgia and out of boredom. It left me with some questions. Why did you guys stop with Retro Game of the Week? It was a great show and I wouldn't mind if it returned. Second question, why does the mysterious voiceover lady sound so different in older top 5 videos? Is she even the same person? And the third question is, who is the guy who did some older voiceovers like top 5 banned or censored games or the intro of Retro Game of the Week? The mysterious voiceover guy?
Well,
first question.
To answer his first question, we did Retro Game of the Week at first. Then we turned it into Retro Love, which was basically the same thing. But it just didn't get the views and it took quite a long time to make. So then at some point you have to make the tough decision and say, okay, we can spend our time doing something that gets more views.
Yeah. But,
and yeah, I agree. It was a cool segment. It was a cool little show. But I think we got like 40 or 50 of those. And those are timeless. Yeah. Look it up. Retro Game of the Week and Retro Love. So
I think there's
a big backlog. Yeah. And you can watch those whenever you want because it's a retro game.
Yeah, and I think there's also a way we could bring that back with the stream team coming up. We're currently building a stream team, and it would be cool if like we could rotate through all of the stream team members and say, hey, why don't you pick up a classic retro game, and we'll that you can play, and then we'll make a highlight video out of it, or you can, or whoever.
Yeah,
and then we could use
cool.
that. Yeah, and then we could do it that way.
Of course.
You know?
If you want to play retro games, feel free.
All right.
Second question, you have the answer, right?
Why does the mysterious voiceover lady sound so different in older top 5 videos? Is she even the same person? Well, it's called, patches, expansion
Day
packs.
1 patch. Day one patch.
The Day 1 patch.
20 gigabytes.
It wasn't that good. That's why we had to tweak it. But over the years, we've had more expansion packs, so that's why she sounds more like a gamer now. And
it's just like Siri. Like when she first started out on the iPhone, she sounded different than now. So it's voice software. You need to update it.
Exactly. So that was So I think we're pretty happy with the current patch.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of
a good one.
The agains are still there.
Yeah,
so it's still Australian.
That's a really tough bug.
The Aussie 1.5 is still in there.
Yes.
But
yes.
now we've got the laughter module as well in there. So sometimes you can hear her laugh. So
yeah.
Makes her seem more human.
Exactly.
Next question.
Yeah. Well.
There's one more.
There's one more. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who's the guy who did?
Yeah.
Who's the guy who did some of the older voiceovers? The mysterious voiceover guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't work. Well, he doesn't work here anymore. That one actually wasn't a robot. He was the reason why we got the voiceover lady robot.
True. And now he actually, which is extremely funny, he voiced the most popular video we ever made, the top 5 banned or censored games. And he's also the guy who does the countdown, or did the countdown in our old top 5, exactly 5, 4, with the explosion. That was him as well. So he's basically a guy that used to work here for the movie department as well. And whenever we couldn't get our mysterious voiceover lady, we would ask him.
And then I came along and I messed everything up.
And now you are the new guy who does the... and you get the same responses. People say, what the fuck is this? We want our MVOL.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. Still tweaking the robot, guys.
Exactly.
Tweaking the robot.
There we go.
Next topic is from Billy Gonzalez. He wants to know what games have you been unable to complete? Oh, I know this one. It could be due to poor quality, sheer difficulty, or enormous length.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Mine is Bloodborne. Because
Really?
I started with so much hope and anticipation and patience as well. Like, I defeated like 4 or 5 bosses, took the time, and then yesterday I died 10 times in a row, and I was just like, this is not fun. This is not for me.
Not
I
anymore.
bet I could grind this out, and in like 40 hours I'll complete the game, but why would I? So I sort of decided to stop playing.
Okay, maybe come back to it later.
Maybe, but there's a lot of bullshit in that game. And you die and you get nothing in return. So, yeah, that's a game that I respected, but it's not for me. Even though I did have like 15, 20, maybe even 30 good hours with it. But yeah, it takes a lot of patience.
I can't get through some of the Final Fantasy spin-offs. As much as
Really?
I love, as much as I
Wow.
love Final Fantasy,
That's saying a lot
some
coming from you.
spin-offs I just can't get through. Like the one they just recently announced that they were bringing to Steam, Final Fantasy IV, the After Years. I started on that, I just couldn't get through it. It was just it was mostly the story that was just got all botched up.
Yeah.
Like it's for me it was like some people might enjoy it as a sequel, but this was too much of a fan fiction of what happens after the game. Like it's older. Like the main character is the son of 2 main characters. It was just the gap was too big for a sequel. You know, like Final Fantasy X and X-2, that was like 6 months, and that was good. And
even 10-2 reused a lot of assets from 10.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed 13-2. Played the crap out of that, and it was a little bit more fine-tuned, streamlined than 13. Still haven't played Lightning Returns. But yeah,
wow.
I think
Final Fantasy. Okay.
Final Fantasy IV, the After Years is a game I just couldn't get through, no matter how much I tried. Or yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. Bloodborne and Final Fantasy IV.
The After Years,
The
because
After
4
Years.
was great. 4 was great. Next one is from Jake Davis. Greetings from Tornado Alley, Oklahoma. So I have a question for you guys. At what point in your life did you realize that games were going to be a part of your life for the rest of your lives? Growing up, I was always told that as I got older, I wouldn't have time for games and that I should stop wasting my time. However, I am currently a second-year medical student, and I'm proud to say that I still make sure to relax after a hectic day by sitting down with either my Xbox or PC. So when did you guys realize that games were going to stay in your lives, and how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I think with me, it's always been the best entertainment you can experience. So, and that's never really went away. Like, I enjoy movies and music and books, but I think games are just so immersive and the only form of entertainment where you actually feel like you achieve something, that I don't get people who say I grew out of games, because like there's also, maybe you don't like the Nintendo stuff anymore, which can happen, but there's also mature stuff you can play. So I think that doesn't like happen anymore, shouldn't happen anymore. Like if you like games, you can play them all your life, I think.
Yeah,
and I think we are sort of the first generation that grew up with games and will always play them.
Yeah.
At least I
exactly.
want to. Although I game less than I used to, but that's like part of growing up is you have less free time, right? You have less time to spend. So now you have to say, okay, am I going to grind this for 40 hours or play Uncharted for 3 and have a better experience?
Yes, because it used to be like, okay, if I finish my homework, I can game all night, you know. So that the faster you finish your homework when you get home, the sooner you can game. Now it's like, I worked all day, I'm tired as fuck, I just want to go eat and sleep.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there as well. Like if you just want passive entertainment, you just want to turn on Netflix.
Exactly.
You don't want to like read story texts or even press buttons, right? I mean, that happens.
I was grinding out some bounties in Destiny last night. So there were PvP bounties, and one of the most is skirmish, where you do 3 versus 3.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during one.
Oh,
So
wow.
the other two guys, I spawned in a place where they pretty much didn't kill me, and the other two guys were pretty much doing my bounty for me. It was hilarious.
Destiny for you.
Yes, but I was just so tired. I was like, I fell asleep.
Can happen. I fell asleep playing Paper Mario on the Wii.
What?
Yeah, I remember it too. I was sitting next to a friend, showing off this game. Just fell asleep. Couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say no. I don't think. Do you think you'll ever quit gaming?
No. In fact, if anything, I would like to carry it on to my kids or something. You know, it would be something that I would like to do with my kids.
Play co-op games.
Accordingly, you know, it's like.
But don't be one of those dads who forces your childhood on your kids, because I think that's a problem.
Yeah,
people
exactly.
have to, like, oh, they need the 8-bit stuff, they need the 16-bit stuff.
No, I'll introduce them, you know, if they're interested.
Exactly.
You know, I'll show them if they want, and then they can play it if they want, and I'll know that, you know, it's a lot safer for them to play, because back then you didn't really have ratings and games weren't that.
True.
They were a lot more innocent, so I wouldn't force them to it, but it would be a great way to maybe introduce them to it. It would be it's child friendlier, at least.
Yeah.
To get them into gaming.
All right.
Yeah, it's always been part of my life.
Good answer. Question 4
is from Ethan Lato. He's got 2 questions. Everyone, what is your favorite RPG? Mine is Skyrim. And 2, will Terra ever be joining you guys in Europe?
My favorite RPG to this day is Knights of the Old Republic on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking amazing, and of course Mass Effect is a better game, it's a better series, but Knights of the Old Republic was my first really RPG that I really loved.
KOTOR was the first one that they kind of did in that style, right?
Yeah. Because you can see stuff from KOTOR in the Mass Effect games.
Yeah.
So yeah, those 2, I guess.
All right. Well, the Final Fantasy series.
Really?
Yes.
That's unexpected. That's really unexpected.
Final Fantasy and Mass Effect are both 2 of my favorite RPG series. My favorite RPG, however, will always be my very first one, which is Lufia 2: Rise of the Sinistrals on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I love that game so much. And will Terra ever be joining you guys in Europe?
Yeah, we've been wanting to get her to Europe for a long time now. And basically we want to have Kate and Terra on camera together.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And whether that happens in the States or in Europe, we don't know. It was supposed to happen this E3, but it's just going to be 3 guys this time.
Yeah,
So,
sausage fest.
Exactly. Brace yourselves. But I'm sure it will happen at some point. She loves Germany. She loves German, so she should come over to Gamescom.
It would definitely require a lot of planning.
Yeah.
As in to keep her entertained here, of course, you know, because the last thing you want to do is visit someone and they barely have time for you because of work and whatnot. So maybe when we have a little bit more freedom to really hang out with her, you know, that would be like the ideal time.
Maybe have some ideas for new shows or something to justify the costs.
Exactly.
It's still pretty expensive.
Yeah. In the end, it's beyond friendship, it's still a business.
Yep.
All right, the next one is from our very own Daniel Delgado. Daniel in the house.
How are you?
It was awesome to have the whole gang together again. Definitely one of the best streams in a long time. Indeed, it was good times with Robert. Now, questions. Are you more social gamers, like play with people, or are you more like a lone wolf? Also, have you thought of making a community stream on Big Red Laser like the ones Robert does sometimes on the Twitch channel?
I'm a lone wolf. I soloed Destiny. That's how much of a lone wolf I am. Because I just don't want the online drama and I don't want the voice chat in particular. So what I did is, at some point, I think must have been Black Ops 2 or something. It was on the 360 and I just turned off voice chat and I never turned it back on again. First thing I did when I got my PS4, turn off voice chat. Done. So no, I don't care for, or at least not with strangers, with randoms. Yeah. Like if it's with friends, then it's cool, online co-op, but I don't have the patience to listen to bullshit.
Yeah, same for me. It really depends on the game and what my mood is. Usually if it's a single player game, then of course I'm going to be lone wolf about it. I want to play as many games as I can, try out as many games as I can, see what I really like. And some games are better enjoyed alone, and some are better played with other people. Like, you know, you soloed Destiny, but that was due to certain circumstances. I've been playing it multiplayer with randoms and having a lot of fun.
Cool.
It's also you're not stuck like with Destiny. You're not stuck with them forever like you are in a guild, like in Final Fantasy 14
That's
or
right.
something like that. So you don't have to.
And these are people you sort of know, or at least don't act like complete dicks.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
that helps. That helps.
And of course, voice chat is off.
Well, but during a raid you need it, right? Or don't you?
Yeah, during a raid, during a raid you need it.
But you
yes,
need,
but
in the Crucible, it's off.
It's
very
off.
good.
Last night I had someone with a kid screaming, so that went off real quick. A community stream on Big Red Laser. We do have a setup for that. You know, I did it once when with Robert over Skype, and we played Gauntlet with Israeli gamer.
Well, I think whenever we play stuff like, for instance, Destiny, that has online co-op, we'll definitely invite people from the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll post on Facebook, and so in that sense, we'll do community stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Next question
is from Babushka once again. What's one of the games you bought that you were so excited for, then it turned out to be one big pile of disappointment, poopy whoopy, and you felt kind of ripped off? Mine would be, I know everybody's going to hate me for this, but it has to be GTA 5. I would rather be playing GTA San Andreas any day of the week.
Well, I think if you're disappointed in GTA 5, you've set your expectations way too high.
Yeah.
Because that's just a great game, and I think that's a bit ridiculous. But of course, everybody has their own opinions and tastes. But for me, it was hands down Resident Evil 6. Because holy shit, was that a bad game? Or it wasn't even that bad, but it was just all over the place. With the campaigns, with the story, with the gameplay. It was just like, what is this? And I'm a huge Resident Evil fan.
Yeah.
And I couldn't finish it. I could not finish it. And I really enjoyed 5. Unlike some people who already said, oh,
I loved 5.
The writing was on the wall with 5. That was sort of terrible. No, I loved 5. It was a great game.
I had a lot of fun
awesome
with
co-op
5.
game as well.
Yeah.
And 6 is horrible. So, yeah, that was a game that, okay, fortunately enough, when you do this line of work, you don't have to buy games. So, of course, it was sent to us. But even so, I was still like, fuck, this sucks. This sucks. And... but that was the general opinion, and I hope they get their act together for 7.
Yeah, I had that with Dungeon Siege 3.
Dungeon Siege 3 on the PC.
No, it was on the PS3 actually.
Okay.
I was.
But you had really high hopes for that one.
Well, yeah, it was like 1 Square Enix, 2 I felt like playing a dungeon crawler.
Okay, yeah.
And it looked really good, and I heard good things of the original 2 Dungeon Sieges. And I figured I'd give it a shot. And when I started playing, it's like, this, not what I hoped. Not what I hoped. And or no, Dragon Age 2.
Oh, good one. Good one
Dragon
as well.
Age 2 was kind of disappointing.
Recycled environments.
I really wanted to get
combat,
through it. Yes.
All that stuff. Yeah.
I really tried to get through to it. I mean, I loved the first Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah.
And all the add-ons and whatnot. And 2 was just...
It was still okay.
It was okay, but just
it had a
disappointing.
cool story, but like you could see it was rushed.
Yeah, definitely.
It was rushed.
Quite.
So, but yeah, nothing is worse than if you're a kid and then you buy a disappointing game and you can't return it. I think that happened to me as well, but I think I blocked those memories because I remember a few times standing in like a toy store with a game. Can I please return this? And they're like, no, you opened the case, it's yours now. And then you have to play this game for 3 months because $60 is a lot of money if you're a kid.
Yes, exactly.
And,
mostly because we
that's
don't.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, in Holland we don't really have the trade-in system like.
No, if you open the case, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah. It wasn't like until maybe 2 years before a certain store chain here closed that they started doing it, started buying games, but no one was buying those games secondhand either.
No. It was you could return them, but they would have to be shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just horrible.
Yep.
But okay.
Yeah.
Those were the times.
Yeah, the bad
7.
times.
Question 7
is from Brian Crosby. Sorry, Brian Cosby.
Cosby, no.
No, not that guy.
No, let's not go there.
No, let's not go there at all. Brian Crosby says, I hope this makes it to message received. Are you guys stoked for Mass Effect 4? Especially since the leaks. Also, what are you hoping to get from the new game? I kinda hope you can have more in-depth relationships and character creation is better. I also hope love interests are better too. Maybe include kids in the game and increase the risk. Anyways, looking forward to hearing what everyone thinks.
Yeah, I'm freaking pumped for Mass Effect 4.
Yeah.
Because it's Mass Effect, and the only worry I have is that both the BioWare doctors left, the founders, and this is basically, okay, whatever's left.
Yeah, Casey Hudson left.
Yeah.
He was like one of the original producers, and the writer, Drew Kapersky, he already left before 3.
Really?
Yeah.
But also Ray and what's his name? The 2 brothers, the doctors, who basically founded BioWare.
Yeah.
They left and they sold it to EA. So in that sense, I wonder if it still has the same spirit as the original trilogy.
It might, because you know the backlash, feedback on 3 and how it ended, for example, was so huge. But people still love the franchise so much. Like, I was wondering whether I really should have made Mass Effect like the highlight of turn-based last Tuesday, but in the comments I saw a lot of people. I came here for Mass Effect. I came here for Mass Effect, and
to me, it's still the best franchise of last generation.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. I agree.
And I mean, the way I felt about it after this sequel, Mass Effect 2, it was like, okay, this is the best game series in the world ever of all time. And then 3 was sort of reality check. Guess what? It's still a game. Guess what? The ending isn't what you thought it would be. Guess what? The fixed ending is still pretty crap. Okay, but still, like, Mass Effect 2 is a fucking amazing game.
Yeah,
amazing game.
I'll always say this about Mass Effect 3. I will always say that 3 was the ending where all the decisions from the first 2, you know, they do echo in stuff that happens during the game, and that's why I consider 3 the ending and not the ending of the game.
That's right.
That's how I consider it, and that's how I can live with it. My girlfriend disagrees violently, but she's also only played the game once, watched everything else on because she was so disappointed she didn't even bother playing the DLCs and whatnot, and I was like, that's something we're always gonna butt heads over.
True.
But as for the next one, I'm really looking forward to seeing how much is going to carry over, not gameplay-wise, or rather decision-wise from the original trilogy, because this is a new slate. There's a new galaxy, new place,
new characters.
But I want to know how much of the old lore they're going to bring into the new one.
Yeah. I hope they don't do too much fan service.
No.
Like, I don't want to visit the uncle of Rex or whatever. Just create a new story, set in the same universe, but whatever.
Elsewhere. They did. What I am worried about is the technology is going to yet again be based on an ancient alien race that you have to discover stuff about, kind of like the Protheans.
But not like the Reapers again.
No.
Okay.
Well, because there's another alien race that is going to be the enemy, the Ket, supposedly, and they will be the main antagonists for the new characters, for the colonists, pretty much.
Okay.
That's it's going to be more of a colonization point of view. So I think there's a lot of potential in that for Mass Effect with exploration and whatnot.
Yeah. And I hope it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Age looked pretty good, but I expect a whole lot more from Mass Effect.
I kind of want this to be current gen and PC only as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm afraid the last gen, as much as awesome as Mass Effect 3 looked on the PS3, for example, the old tech is gonna hold the game back, and I don't want that.
At least in terms of scope.
Yeah, I don't want that at all.
No. So yeah, we are pumped for Mass Effect, and hopefully we'll get some interviews at E3. That would be awesome.
I would hope.
That would be so great.
Yeah. The last one is from Invader360. He says, "I love this channel, but who cuts the videos? Anyway, sorry for my bad English, and hey to Kate." Hi, Kate.
Hey, Kate. How are you? She's been quiet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I cut most of the videos, but like Robert, for instance, writes the scripts. And then you have Kate, who hosts in a couple of them. You've got Tara. You've got your own show. Then, of course, we've got the mysterious voiceover lady who voices all the stuff. So it's a team effort.
Yep.
But I would say, in terms of video editing, I edit the most videos.
Yep.
So yeah, that's basically how we work around here.
Yep. Because he's the fastest.
Well, I've been doing it for a long time as well.
Yeah.
So I know, like, okay, let's make top 5 number 100. No, where are we?
How many are we?
210 or something, I guess.
Jeez.
I've made. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I still enjoy making them though.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, Tim does.
I always.
Most of the production, yes.
I always try to get some funny stuff in there, and then I'm really happy when.
Yes, I watched the upcoming community highlights video.
That's a great one. That's gonna be awesome.
Holy shit!
That's gonna be great.
Holy shit! Those moves.
Yep. So watch community highlights this Saturday.
Especially if you're a fan of Kate.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Best episode yet.
And
that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's gonna do
Wrapping it up with a teaser for Kate. You know, not this Kate, not Kate the bottle, but Saturday.
The real one.
Saturday on community highlights, you're gonna have it's gonna be a good show for you.
Yeah. So you know how it works, right? Leave your comments and questions in the box below.
Exactly.
And we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Yes, we'll be here Friday next week at 1 p.m. live. If you want to check out us actually thinking of answering everything.
Yeah.
And stumbling and bumbling. And if you want to skip all that, every Sunday we will have the edited version of Message Received. And that means this is over now, and we're going back to the chat.